So I'm going to elaborate further. I know people are they're afraid right now. They see things coming to fruition that terrify them. Listen to me. If you kill yourself now, you're going to miss the show. And believe me, it's going to be worth it. These people are all going to fall. All of them. All these fucking demons that run the fucking planet right now, they're all going to fall. I said it a long time ago. I'm saying it again. You see it, don't you? Why the fuck? Don't go anywhere. Stick around. Fill your heart with love constantly. Guard yourself. Armor yourself with God's word. Okay? You know what? I remember laying up in my bed. I had to be wrapped like a mummy in ace bandages, my limbs, every night. Sleeping like that sucked. And I had to be on a machine for 3 hours a day to remove the lymphatic fluid every day. And it made me ice cold. I could have 3 blankets on me, it wouldn't matter. That treatment on that machine would leave my body ice cold. And I was completely drained and exhausted afterwards. And, because it's moving around, that's poison. Your lymphatic fluid it's all of the garbage. It's fucking, it's stuff your body's trying to get rid of. So if you can't get rid of it, then, you swell up like that. So I had all this poison fucking flooding my body, that makes you tired. Until my body was able to eliminate it. So having that, and at the same time having kidney failure, my kidneys are already failing and they have to filter out all of this toxic fluid, It was a shit show. And I was 1 point away from stage 3, so I had to consider dialysis, which I was an EMT and I transported countless dialysis patients, and I knew what that entailed, and I didn't want to have any part of it. So I went to the funeral home and I made my own arrangements, and I made them as cheap as possible because I didn't want to burden anyone. So I had it all laid out. No one had to think about anything. It was all done. All they had to do was show up and pay for it. That was it. And I kept it. It was only a couple, $2,000-$3,000. I didn't get the urn I wanted. I was to be cremated, and I picked an urn. I wanted this other urn. It was purple stained glass. But I picked the cheaper one because, again, I didn't want to burden my husband, fucking motherfucker. So I looked into assisted suicide in Oregon, and you have to be a citizen. You have to live in Oregon for 6 months before they'll help you, which wasn't feasible. So I researched ways to commit suicide that were the most painless methods, because I thought I want to die on my terms, I'm dying now, but I want to die on my terms. That was my thought process. So, you know what? It's a good thing I didn't do it, isn't it? Because look at me now. Look at me now. Had I committed suicide, I wouldn't be able to see these events unfolding before me, to see my enemies fall. Look at the condition of my body. I still struggle with my endocrine illnesses, but I don't have lymphedema anymore. And I don't have kidney failure anymore. Since I was given that poison pill and I died on the kitchen floor and came back, I felt a tremendous pain in my kidneys, like a pop. And the whole time I'm fucking giddy and ecstatic from just being in heaven, right? So it was one of the worst physical pains I've ever felt, but all throughout the experience, I was laughing. I was kind of laughing, crying. My daughter and my husband were in the bedroom, and I was laying on the bed. They got me in bed. I'm like, oh my God, it hurts so bad. But at the same time, I'm laughing because I just had that experience. And I was probably high as fuck from whatever was in that pill. Because it certainly was not a Norco. You know, your fucking poison and targeted harassment and all that shit, that's typical fucking KGB shit, you know? They've been doing that shit for fucking decades to people. So yeah, that's the whole point of this is you never know. And my situation looked completely hopeless. Obviously. I'm just skimming the surface on what the fuck I dealt with, you know? I was looking at having to fucking wear diapers soon because I was losing control of my bladder and my bowels. It was fucking bad. It was really bad. And it's not anything like that anymore. Stick around. Stick around. Trust me. Even the most hopeless situation can be miraculously turned around.